So the world has changed a lot because of the internet. But in terms of like in real life travel, I feel like a lot of the middle is going to be carved out. I feel like cruises, Disney cruises and whatever else it might be, those are going to go away. I mean, do you know anybody who's booking a cruise right now?
No, I've always been surprised about that. Even after norovirus, I used to be surprised about this. So last time we spoke, you had a very insightful indicator for how does corporate America think about coronavirus? And you kind of framed it as the Disney index, I think. Basically saying these are the people that are in business to have entertainment, to bring people together where it is joyous. If you watch what their behavior is, you can tell how corporate America thinks of this disease. Do you still agree with that index?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, watch what is going to happen with Disney. I mean, we're now about 2 weeks out from their quarterly earnings call. It's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, the thing about large corporations is they don't release information that openly until they have to. But everything that's coming out, 75,000 people laid off at the theme parks and senior executives taking pay cuts and complaining about it, like, it's going to be really scary. And this is just the beginning of it. Like, they're not going to be reopening theme parks on June 1st. If you believe that, you are delusional. And they know that. They know that as well. They're trying to project confidence. That's what corporate leaders and government leaders have to do. They have to project confidence. But, inside the machine, they know how long this is going to last. It's scary.
So Naval Ravikant, who is a VC investor, I don't know if you know Naval, but he had a tweet yesterday that went quite viral, and he basically said the economy will reopen when white-collar people start losing their jobs. What do you think about that?
White-collar people are already losing their jobs. Listen, white-collar people were losing their jobs before this ever happened. I mean, do you know that the value of a JD, a law degree, has gone down enormously in the last 10 years? You probably read about this, but, associates at major law firms being replaced by AI. This is a major issue in America. Doctors, arguably AI can do a better job of reading radiographs than physicians can. I think what the virus is doing is it's serving as an accelerant to things that were happening in society more broadly anyway. And, one of the things that I think the government's going to have to step up and, take on is UBI, Universal Basic Income, really the solution in the future? Because it might be. Honestly, like, if people are starving to death and rioting in the streets, maybe it's better to pay everybody $2,000 a month just so they can buy food and not, like, fucking freak out, which is what's going to happen if we don't do something like that.
Man, that is literally the scariest thing that you could say to me, is that UBI, because I see that as the obvious step towards communism. And so I see that and think, I think kulaks.
I've lived in the former Soviet Union. It's a shithole. Okay. I don't want to go there, but society is like, we are heading back toward 1917 right now. Not 1918 with the flu pandemic, 1917 with the communist revolution. That is where things are headed right now.
So, and I interviewed a guy last night. I interviewed a guy last night who runs a business, and he was talking about how much pressure there was on from his employees to lay them off because they could make more money on unemployment than they have ever made before. And they were talking about, like, I now have thousands of dollars in my bank account. I've never had this much money before. And he's saying, look, if my guys get laid off, the economy still kind of goes, but no more fiber. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that don't happen. But if other companies like sewage treatment to shut down, we're talking about, like, disease will spread on a scale that we've never seen before. So I fear this idea of incentivizing people not to work. And I say that while not having to go out into the economy.
I do too. Listen, societies go through stages in their life cycles, and Europe is in its old age. Okay. So something like UBI makes a lot of sense in a place like Europe or Japan, which is also in its old age. The United States has always been a young, striving country where entrepreneurship and youth and new ideas have been valued, and UBI will destroy that. It will. It just will. You can't take the same concept and apply it equally to all societies. The U.S. is inherently a different society. Will it get to the point where we need UBI? Possibly. But I mean, this is beyond my ability as kind of an amateur economist / sociologist. But I'm just I know history, and I know that UBI is not right for the U.S. Not right now. It might be in the future, but it's not right for the U.S. at the moment.